Hello there, my Maple Leaf fans. Well, the Maple Leafs are playing tonight against the, hold on, I'm turning the TV off for a second, sorry. Playing the New Jersey Devils, and we'll keep you live for a pre-game press conference before tonight's game. Enjoy.
You're not watching this video by accident. Maybe you've already seen dozens of ads that promise the impossible and ask for too much.
Can you describe your reaction when Springer made contact there?
I was at home on my couch. Obviously, having the game today was tough. I would have loved to be there, but had to get ready for tonight. But I honestly think I hit the ceiling, so it was pretty cool.
Were you around Max in 2019? The Raptors won in the city, or
Was.
do you remember what that was like? You had feeling
Yeah. No, of course. I think being a local boy you're pretty lucky and you're spoiled in the city of Toronto because obviously you got the Leafs for hockey, then you got the Raptors for basketball, and then the Jays ultimately for baseball as well. And the only thing we're missing is the football, but then you get the Argos too. So you really cross off all the boxes growing up, and you become a huge fan of them. And I certainly remember watching the Raps win. Obviously that was spectacular to see. Kawhi's shot. I was actually at that game, so that was pretty cool. And then my pops and I sat courtside. Wasn't a cheap ticket, but it was one of those things that it's a memory that I'll have for the rest of my life, watching that game courtside. And Steph Curry and all those guys came in with one of my best friends and my dad, so it's pretty cool.
What's it like to see Vladdy walking in with Austin jersey?
It's great. Yeah, it's awesome. I think, like I said earlier, we're a sports town, right? And we all support each other. And I think everyone in here is rooting for the Jays right now, obviously. So it's, I'm sure it's the same thing when they're coming to our games. But for him to show some love and respect to Austin is obviously well deserved on Talon's perspective. But it's great to see from Vladdy. You see his interviews and how emotional he got, what this city means to him. It's great to see, and I'm so happy for him and his entire team, and really cheering him on now in the World Series.
Apologies if it was just asked, but just the idea of this group and the Jays there's no doubt there's a connection. So I wondered, in your internal discussions here, what that kind of does for your group, seeing what this city does. You know it firsthand, as you've seen.
Absolutely.
It. What does it do for this group?
It's inspiring, man. I think if you're not a baseball fan, it doesn't matter. You're watching that game, you're watching that interview, everyone's got chills. If you don't, then you're missing a heartbeat for sure. So I think taking that and seeing how the city responds to it and listening to each guy's interview is really cool for me as an athlete on a team to really see how much they love each other. And that's what got them to where they are. Is of course they've got the skill, they've got the talent, they've got a lot, they've got everything, but they all seem to think that the most important thing was how tight they were. And I think as a group in here, we know that we have a tight group in here as well, and we're going to obviously cheer these guys on and then take care of business on our end as well.
Next, do you have a World Series prediction?
Jays in 6.
Reuniting with Austin tonight, have you found when you played with someone before and you kind of get back together, the chemistry comes back right away, or do you find it takes a little bit of time?
Played with him throughout the last 3 years on and off, so it's not going anywhere, that's for sure.
What do you like about playing with him?
He's one of the best players in the world. Makes it pretty easy on you, but no, obviously we're very close off the ice, and big fan of his as a player, and just try and help him out any way I can. He's a pure goal scorer, loves to get to those areas, so my job is just to get him the puck.
If you could take us through your night last night, as you were no doubt glued to the TV, what was it like?
I think a lot of people in Canada have probably had a similar night last night, watching our Jays move on to the World Series, first time in 30-something years. So that's great to see. Obviously, we were talking about it this morning. Everyone was happy for that group, and it was cool to see Vladdy walking in there too with the Austin Matthews Leafs jersey on, and it just shows how tight-knit the city is, and how close, not just athletes, but the fans and the whole city. Not just the city, but the whole country. I guess Canada only has one MLB team, so it's pretty special to see that the amount of support that the Jays received, and we're happy for them. But like Vladdy said, the job's not done for them, so they still got some work to do.
The connection between your two teams is obvious. I wonder what that part of that discussion was like, and what that does for you guys inside this room, knowing that that's how it look and feel.
Right. It's almost like a little bit of actual outside motivation, I guess you can look at it, right? Like you see when that team's doing well, when our team's doing well, when it comes to playoff time, the support, there's extra bodies in the seats, there's extra bodies outside. I'm sure the bars are all filled up with people who are rooting and cheering. And, I had some buddies out, and you could see like the Instagrams and the Snapchats of people going nuts when Springer hit that home run. So, the Jays get that, we get that when we're doing well too. So, it's obviously a hockey city. That's a sports city. That's no secret. But it's nice that we can kind of feed off that energy that the Jays are bringing that buzz to the city.
What kind of sports fan are you? Are you like yelling at the TV? Are you just watching intently, analyzing? Like how?
I'm not. I don't think I'm yelling at the TV, but I'm not gonna lie. I think I shocked my wife pretty good when I stood up and gave a big clap and yelled when Springer. As soon as it left his bat, I knew it was gone. So she was kind of rolled over trying to sleep, and I think I woke her up. But I'm not going to be yelling at my TV too much. Again, I'm used to it. Watching hockey and stuff now, it's a little bit different when it's your job, and I think I'm more invested in other sports that I can actually be a fan rather than when I'm watching hockey. It's more of like work. But I'm definitely I've got a little bit more excitement for this Jays group this year than I have in previous years.
What's your World Series prediction?
Oh, you can't ask me that. I have no idea. The Jays have been counted out so many times all year. They came from behind more than any team in the MLB, and they've kind of had that underdog mentality, even though they did so well throughout the season. But I'm obviously going to take the Jays. I don't know how many games it's going to be in, but if the Dodgers get a lead, you just can't count the Jays out. So I'm excited to see a good series.
Hope you don't mind a hockey question. Yeah. Just curious your comfortability in the middle, and what do you have to focus on when you move to center?
Yeah, it's something I'm familiar with. I played a couple of years in Carolina. I was kind of all over the map there, and then in San Jose, I was center for quite a while, so it's definitely not something that's new to me. I'm very comfortable taking face-offs, and I think the big thing is the defensive zone coverage. And it's almost like less is more. You don't want to get running around too much and just kind of run yourself out of gas. You kind of just have to be a little bit more patient and survey, kind of work with your defense. And I talked to some of those guys, and we've got some veterans back there that obviously will help out. And if I'm in the right spot and if I need to go to a guy, they'll be able to tell me. They can kind of see the whole play in front of them. So they'll be very good at helping me out. There's obviously going to be maybe not a learning curve, but there's going to be some maybe small mistakes along the way, but that's the name of the game. So I'm excited to get back, and it's a good challenge for me.
Anthony expressing frustration after the last game. What sort of response are you expecting tonight coming off that?
Yeah, we're all competitive guys, and stuff like that happens. So we dealt with that in-house, and there was no fingers pointed and stuff like that. So we're just excited for the next challenge. So like I said, we had a team meeting. What was said, and we're happy that we get another opportunity to just come out and prove ourselves. So it's a very tight-knit group, and it says a lot about our group that we come together like that. And
Jersey's been rolling of late. I just wonder what challenges they might provide your group tonight.
Sorry?
Jersey's been rolling of late, so what kind of challenges do you see there?
You look up and down their roster, they got some offensive defensemen, and they definitely have the skill in their top six, top nine, and all guys that can produce. So they're obviously going to be pretty explosive, dynamic offensively, but I think if we do a good job playing our tight defense, and I think that's what we take a lot of pride in, is our defensive game. So it's been, again, there's been some bumps along the way so far, but it's early in the season. We still need to be able to address the things that we need to do defensively in order to take games over, and that's how you win. So it's a good test for our defensive group today, and not just our defensemen, but overall our defensive performance. So it's going to be a good test, and I think if we can keep them in check, then that'll stem to offense.
I'm assuming you weren't in the sheets quite yet when
No, I was watching.
Okay, what was that like?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, exciting game, and super happy for those guys and the city to be able to experience that.
How much do you feel like you guys are feeding off it or drawing motivation from it?
Yeah, it's cool to see the city, how crazy it was after that home run and after the win, and just amazing to see the support that they're getting.
What was it like to see Vladdy walk in with an Austin sweater?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm sure Tone was pretty fired up about that. So yeah, I mean, as I said, it's really impressive to see the city rallying behind them, and just an amazing comeback from down 2-0 to start the series, and down 3-2, and down in the game as well. So it's just a lot of relentless efforts, and I think so many little things that go into it that they did such a great job of.
What's your World Series prediction?
Jays in 7.
How much baseball did you play as a kid?
Played till I was like 18 or 17 when I was grade 12 of high school. So.
Is it too easy to kind of look at the connection between the two teams, Jays and Leafs, and go, that it does something for you guys inside this room, or does it to kind of fire you up in a different way?
I mean, I don't know if there's a connection like between what's happening there and here, but it's amazing to see. You learn just from watching and listening, and I think just as I said before, there's so many little things that go into the success of a team, and a lot of things that maybe people don't talk about, but that you can watch and pick up and see a great team doing the things that they need to win.
What's an example of that?
Jimenez bunt, probably no one talks about because Springer hit a home run, but no one bunts really anymore, and he laid a great bunt, or Barger walking to get on. Little things like that, not trying to hit a home run and being happy to get on base, to let his teammates help him get home and make the game closer. I mean, there's so many little things like that. It's just like little things like that go into a hockey game. So you sort of watch and learn from that, and as I said, it's really cool for the fans, the team, the city to be able to experience that.
Springer's apparently a pretty big hockey fan. I know you were at a couple of games. Did you have a chance to talk to him?
I have not, no, but yeah, just incredibly clutch for his whole career, right? So he's done that for a long time, and definitely seems like he lives for those moments, and was able to deliver again for the Jays last night.
Random hockey question for you this morning. I know a lot of focus on defending that front. What's the key to a good box out, or doing that better moving forward here?
Yeah, just trying to get body position and establish yourself between the player and goalie, and sometimes that's not going to happen, and you might have to front a puck and just try to block it instead of when you lose position, trying to battle. I think a lot of times that's sort of when your goalie, maybe you push someone into the goalie, or maybe you get pushed into the goalie. I think getting position early and trying to use your body, and then more importantly get sticks, I think, because tips are extremely dangerous and really hard for the goalies to pick up.
You got the Oliver shirt on. You guys have obviously played in a number of organizations in the NHL. What's it been like to just be his teammate here and kind of see your careers cross paths here? Yeah,
I've always been played against him for a really long time, and extremely gifted player, so smart, really good with the puck, plays with a bit of an edge. And he's been exceptional for a really long time.
What stands out about how Anthony's vocal and his leadership skills compared to maybe some other goalies that you played with?
He's competitive. I think he's competitive. He's fiery, and he wants to win. So he's very similar to a goalie I played with in New Jersey, in Markstrom, who's hurt now, but he's very, very similar. Sort of wear their emotions on their sleeves, and they're going to say what they're going to say, and that's because they want to win, and they're the most competitive people you'll see.
Jersey's been more
urgency coming into this game when he does say what he does on Saturday.
I think there's urgency regardless. I don't think it's because of what he says. I think we want to play a good game against a really good team, extremely skilled team, very fast team. So we need to minimize odd man rushes and not let them have 2-on-1s and 3-on-1s and 3-on-2s because they will make us pay. That's how skilled they are.
Did you watch the Blue Jays last night? What do you think?
Pretty cool, obviously. I mean, what a great team to cheer for and to watch. And obviously last night with the Springer home run, that's pretty special.
What was the buzz with the team when they saw Vladdy come in with an Austin jersey?
Not too much, honestly. Someone told me about it. I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, we try to support each other here. I know that they've come to games in the past, and so we've been rooting them on. And they're playing outstanding. It's been a lot of fun to watch.
What stood out most to you about their run here?
I think just their team and kind of how they're built and how they play. I mean, like I said earlier, it's an easy team to cheer for. Just in which the style they play, the depth, and the way that the later part of their lineups are getting on base, and it's just been a lot of fun to watch. And our guys have been supporting them, and we've been talking about them all morning. And so as we keep going here, and by we I mean the Jays, and we're going to be cheering for them, and hopefully they can have a good start.
Do you guys take anything from it all morning? Do you like what they've done?
I think there's always things you can take away from it. There's a small part of you that you're envious of them, right? You're almost jealous at what they're doing. I think because they're in Toronto and you watch it firsthand, you're obviously happy for them, and it's a great moment for the city. But I mean, we want to be able to do that and have a run like that. We felt that when the Raptors did it too. I think you look at the passion that they're playing with, and I mean that's contagious. And you want to be able to also bring that when your time comes.
The Leafs are always, it feels like, in the spotlight. But right now, do you feel like you guys are a little under the radar with what the Jays are doing?
Well, they're in the World Series, so I don't think that's. I think that's the way it should be. I think that they're right there. They've had an incredible run. They've had a great year, and they're in the World Series starting Friday, right? So they're right where they should be, front and center.
Do you have a favorite player on that team?
No, and I just enjoy watching them. It's just been a great run. Obviously, they've had people, answer the bell all playoffs and all year. And their big guys have played well. And then, like I said earlier, deeper down their lineup, they've all been getting on base and doing their part. So it's been a really enjoyable team to cheer for, and it's been a lot of fun.
Growing up in BC, were you a Mariners fan?
No, my dad was a Yankees fan, so I used to drive down there and watch the Yankees play, and but no, it's all Jays now.
Hope you don't mind a hockey question.
I guess. Yeah.
A lot of talk about the defending the net front coming off last game. I'm just wondering, in terms of like boxing out, like what are the keys when it comes to defending your net front?
Yeah, I think obviously boxing out's important, but I think more importantly, I think that applies to all areas of the ice, not just our net front. I think in terms of our D zone, I think we want to be harder to play against, and I think most teams around the league would be striving for that. Whether it's in the corners or whether it's on the half wall or whatever it is, you want to be harder to play against. You want to defend all areas of the ice, especially down the middle, which includes the net front. So for us, it's just important to keep building on that. And obviously, as D, boxes are important, and it's a challenging part of the game. But that's an important area for us to improve on.
Morgan, what have you seen from the power play so far?
It took it a while to get our first one, but I thought we've been moving around pretty good, and we're getting shots. I know for me personally, I'm trying to move it quickly and shoot the puck, and I know lots of guys are also feeling that. And as you go here, hopefully we can score more. But I think we're in a good place. I thought our entries have been good, and we're going to look to build. It's early, but I think we're happy with where we're at. But we're always going to look to build and be more productive.
What's the biggest thing you took away from your time under Sheldon? What did he do for your game, do you think?
That's a tough question. I think how he looks at the game is unique. He has a really high IQ, it feels like, and he looks at the game from an offensive standpoint, and he was a pretty creative guy. I think when it came to ozone play, but I like playing for him. He's a good communicator, and obviously has a good thing going right now with his team in Jersey.
All was made about Anthony Sola's comments on Saturday, and you guys talked about it. Like, what can you take away from a moment like that, looking at the first 6 games and how you guys want to play going forward?
Yeah, I mean, it is what it. I mean, I think it's just a moment where we all agree and are of the opinion that we have to be better. It's not just about Stoli. I mean, we all felt that, and so we've addressed it, and I think it's a great opportunity for our team to kind of answer the bell here early in the season. And I thought it was a great moment for our team to kind of come together and have that conversation. And now we're back at work, which is a great feeling.
Only getting together with Austin on that line tonight. They've played together in the past and had some success. What do you recall about their chemistry and what worked well between those two?
Yeah, they're both obviously gifted offensive players, and like you said, in the past they've been able to find some chemistry and play well together. So obviously they'll look to spark that again. But I mean, they're both great passers and obviously very dangerous in the offensive zone. So hopefully they can do a good job for us tonight.
The enthusiasm can rub off.
I can. I just think guys are watching and just the emotion of the game, just the team camaraderie that when you watch the Blue Jays, they're a very tight group. It's very visible.
What kind of sports fan are you? How are you when you're watching other sports?
Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
I don't cheer, and I'm just sitting there watching it.
Yeah.
I don't really say much. I let other people say all the dumb comments.
Bullpen choices?
No, never.
Chris Tanev was talking about how he looks at like a lot of the little things in sports and some of the things that don't get talked about that kind of help. Like, do you kind of look at those things when you're watching?
Yeah, for sure. Like when I watch the Blue Jays, and I've watched them pretty closely, obviously, throughout the playoffs and a little bit before and stuff, and I had the opportunity to meet the manager and coaches and some players. Like I said, they're a very tight-knit group. I think they're, I watch their guy, Vladdy, closely. Like, I watch how he interacts with all the guys and how much energy he brings all the time and happiness for his teammates and when they do something well. And he's got a lot of energy and a lot of positive vibe around him, which a lot of them do, but he's their main guy, and he brings that, and I think the whole team feeds off it.
What do you think when he comes in with the Austin sweater?
Well, it's awesome. Like, he's a Toronto guy, and he supports the Maple Leafs, I'm sure, and just like we do with Blue Jays, so it's great to see. It's awesome.
So Max was saying that thing he really noticed about the Jays is how it's such a team that everyone makes a contribution, and he said that really stands out to him. And he's trying to incorporate that here. How important is
it is, and that's what it's all about, right? It doesn't matter what type of team you have. You could be a powerhouse with lots of home run hitters. You could, there's a lot of different teams are built different ways. Jays are built a certain way, but if the way and the manager said it, their bottom half of their lineup, really drives their team. And, they get on base, they do little things to get on base, and Springer gets the opportunity to knock a couple in, and that's how it all works, right? But they get contributions from everybody, which is important.
Sorry to change the subject, but any changes to your practice lines, anything from yesterday, and how are you feeling about tonight's game?
Yeah, no, nothing changes going into tonight for the lineup-wise, and I'm excited. We're playing a good team. That's a good team over there. They've been playing well, so it's a good challenge for our team tonight.
Cowan being out, is that just the numbers game, or do you think he can benefit?
I think he needs just a reset, get a game to watch, and it's always good for young guys to watch a game at some point. But Cowan's in a good spot.
Only 6 games, but how close are you? Is this team the identity that you want them to play with?
Well, like I said, I talked about consistency the other day, and we got stretches of good identity and how we want to play, but then we kind of get off track a little bit. So we need more 60-minute games per se.
One last baseball question for you. What's your World Series prediction?
Blue Jays. Did you want me to say something different?
In how many games?
I don't know. I'm not going to predict that. That's why they play the games. You know, you got to see what happens. But very happy for the Blue Jays, and it's awesome to see. Great for the town, city. Yeah,
Domi, one more for you.
Yeah.
A lot of baseball stuff. But Domi's played with Austin in the past.
Yeah.
Do you expect that chemistry, like in your experience, does that come back quickly, or?
Well, I think the chemistry's there. I don't believe it's not there. It's just a matter of executing and doing the right things to make it work, right? So it's like they know each other, they've been around each other, they played with each other. So I'm not so much worried about the chemistry. It's just executing and doing the right things.
This month, Nutrifarms is welcoming you to the table with 75 big boxes of beef. That's almost $400 in luxurious grass-fed Ontario beef. Steaks, roasts, ribs, ground, added to your order at no extra cost. Our goal is to help 6,000 families across Ontario eat local and preserve traditional farming. And we're offering you a lot of beef for you to get off the fence and join the movement. Only 75 boxes available. Once they're gone forever. Tap below to claim yours now.